League championships, American League. You guys were the better team. Y'all did a phenomenal job. Y'all were sensational in Game 6 and 7, which which we which we thought for a second the series was over at that point, that the Yankees were going to wrap it up. But you showed some heart, and Joseph Verlander pitched great. So you guys were the better team, Game 6 and 7. So congratulations to you guys, and I hope you guys beat the Dodgers in the World Series. And let's hope it's a fun World Series. Now, before we move on to the world talking with the matchup with the World Series, and we'll spend time on the World Series tomorrow. We have a World Series show tomorrow on this podcast. But right now, let's put a finishing bow tie on the Yankee season. Listen, I understand, I know it's disappointing, and I get you don't want to hear it right now. It's very upsetting. But if I'm the Yankees, yes, it's disappointing, and yes, it's a tough pill to swallow. But here's all I'll say: make this as a learning lesson. Remember, the last time they lose a game like this, it was a heartbreaker, and they lost to the Seattle Mariners in the 1995 Division Series after they was trailing 2-0, and Seattle won the fifth game of the fifth deciding game of the ALCS. But I look at it like this: if you're a Yankee fan, yes, it's easy to say because if you're not a Yankee fan, and I'm talking about the diehards one, not the bandwagon, but I look at it like this: no one expected you guys to be there. After Jeter retired, after y'all let A-Rod go, and you basically left the old veteran go, trade the guys that you need to trade, like McCann, Beltran, Andrew Miller, and Chapman. Even though you bring Aroldis Chapman back, no one expected you to be here. Matter of fact, no one expected you guys to make it even be a wild card. So not only you make the wild card and get to the American League Championship Series and beat a 100 win Cleveland team, who by the way were the best team in the American League at one point. So let's not take that away. So no one expects you guys to be here, but you got to pat yourself on the back a little bit. Yes, again, y'all don't want to hear it right now, but you got to look at the positive too. You guys will be back 2 years from now and probably get the American League Championship and bring home the 28th World Championship. Not only in franchise history, but in sports history. But I believe you guys will be back. Having said all that, you blew a big opportunity at Game 6. I thought to myself, as I was watching the game, I thought to myself, even though Justin Verlander pitched superb and showed he still had a lot left in the tank, he still showed he could be a dominant pitcher. Even though he could throw 100 mile an hour and he still got some stuff. He don't have to do that when he was with Detroit, and probably sending a message. I could be wrong. Probably sending a message. Hey, you should have got me. I could have helped you guys to the World Series. But that's besides the point. But nonetheless, Justin Verlander pitched superb and shut the Yankees down. And Severino pitched superb too until the 5th inning. As I told you in my last podcast, if the Yankees didn't take advantage, if they didn't win Game 6, they wasn't winning Game 7. And from the moment the crowd was into it on Saturday night, I said to myself, and they left a lot of guys on base. A lot of guys on base. Probably five. On game 6, they left 7 guys. They left 7 guys on base. 7 guys on base. And when they did not can't even get a run in against Charlie Morton, I thought to myself, they are not winning this game. They are not winning this game. It wasn't the defense. They did, and give the Astros credit. They pitching shut it down. They did not. They wasn't rattled. And yes, you could say the Astros was intimidated by Yankee Stadium, because once they get into home field, once they got back to Minute Maid Park, they're a different team. This was not the same team that shut the Yankees. The Yankees shut the Yankees in Game 1 and Game 2, and home field play a huge dividend in this series. Obviously, Yankees winning 3 straight, and getting big hits after big hits in game 6 and 7.